Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a critical topic, diseases that could threaten the world in the future. We're talking about potential pandemics, outbreaks that could affect millions. Knowledge is power, and understanding these threats is the first step in being prepared. Now, I know thinking about global health threats can be scary, but I'm here to break it down for you. We'll discuss what these diseases are, why they pose a threat, and most importantly, what steps we can take to mitigate these risks. This isn't about instilling fear, but about empowering you with information. So let's dive in and explore these potential global health threats together. Let's talk about antibiotic resistance. You see, bacteria are smart little guys. When we use antibiotics, we kill off the weak ones, but the strong ones, the survivors, they learn to adapt. They evolve. And that's how we end up with superbugs. These superbugs are resistant to our current antibiotics, making infections incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to treat. Think about it. Something as simple as a cut or a urinary tract infection could become life-threatening. This isn't some dystopian future, it's happening right now. We're already seeing cases of antibiotic-resistant infections like MRSA, which can turn a minor skin infection into a serious medical emergency. The misuse and overuse of antibiotics are major drivers of resistance. Every time we don't finish a course of antibiotics or use them unnecessarily, we're giving bacteria a chance to develop resistance. But it's not all doom and gloom. We can combat antibiotic resistance through responsible antibiotic use, developing new drugs, and exploring alternative treatment options like phage therapy. This is a global health threat that requires a collective effort. We need governments, healthcare professionals, and individuals to work together to combat antibiotic resistance. Remember, knowledge is power. Understanding the threat of antibiotic resistance is the first step in protecting ourselves and future generations. We all know about the flu, right? It's more than just a bad cold. It can be deadly, especially for vulnerable populations. But what makes influenza particularly concerning is its ability to mutate rapidly. Think of it like this. Every time the influenza virus replicates, it's like making a copy of a blueprint. But sometimes those copies have errors, mutations, and those mutations can lead to new strains of the virus. These new strains can be more contagious, more severe, and even resistant to our existing vaccines and antiviral drugs. Remember the 2009 swine flu pandemic? That was caused by a new strain of the H1N1 virus that caught the world off guard. And here's the kicker: influenza viruses can also swap genetic material with other influenza viruses, potentially creating entirely novel strains with unpredictable characteristics. So how do we stay ahead of this constantly evolving enemy? Vaccination is our best defense. Seasonal flu shots are crucial, even if they're not always a perfect match for circulating strains. We also need to invest in robust surveillance systems to monitor circulating strains, develop new vaccines and antiviral medications, and be prepared to respond quickly and effectively to outbreaks. Influenza is a constant threat, but by understanding its unpredictable nature and taking proactive measures, we can minimize its impact on global health. Before vaccines, measles was a rite of passage for children, but it was a serious illness that killed millions. Thanks to vaccines, we've made incredible progress, but measles hasn't gone away. It spreads through the air and can linger for up to 2 hours. Even a brief encounter can lead to infection. We're seeing a resurgence of measles cases worldwide. Declining vaccination rates and increased travel are factors. When vaccination rates drop, we lose herd immunity. Measles is a preventable threat. By increasing vaccination rates, we can protect our communities. We share this planet with a vast array of creatures, and while we marvel at their diversity, we also need to be aware of the diseases they can carry. Zoonotic diseases are those that can jump from animals to humans. Think about it. We're encroaching on animal habitats, interacting with wildlife, and even consuming animal products. All of these activities increase the risk of zoonotic diseases spilling over into human populations. We've seen the devastating impact of this firsthand with diseases like Ebola, Zika, and of course COVID-19. These outbreaks remind us that the health of animals and humans are interconnected. And it's not just about direct contact with animals. Mosquitoes, ticks and fleas can act as vectors, transmitting diseases from animals to humans. The factors contributing to the emergence of zoonotic diseases are complex and multifaceted. Climate change, deforestation and globalization all play a role. So what can we do? We need to strengthen surveillance systems to detect and respond to outbreaks quickly, invest in research to understand these diseases better, and promote responsible interaction with wildlife. Emerging zoonotic diseases pose a significant threat to global health. But by understanding the risks and taking proactive measures, we can mitigate the impact of these outbreaks. Climate change isn't just about rising sea levels and extreme weather events. It's also a major public health threat. As our planet warms, it creates favorable conditions for disease-carrying vectors like mosquitoes to thrive. Mosquitoes are efficient vectors for diseases like malaria, dengue fever, Zika virus, and West Nile virus. As temperatures rise and rainfall patterns change, the geographic range of these vectors is expanding. We're seeing dengue fever spread to higher altitudes and more temperate regions. We can mitigate these risks by reducing greenhouse gas emissions and investing in early warning systems. Addressing climate change and its impact on vector-borne diseases is crucial to protect global health. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content on global health and safety. Stay safe and stay informed. The future of global health relies on our collective action. We need to support research, advocate for public health initiatives, and stay informed about emerging threats. Remember, knowledge is power, and by working together, we can create a healthier and safer future for everyone.